Welcome to my channel. My name is Neil, and some of you may know me as Neil Squall 2002-2000. I'm a web novel author of Creation, The Path of a God, which can be found on my YouTube channel, Creation Web Novel Studio, or my website, creationwebnovel.studio. It's pretty easy. I set it up so it's easy to remember. The whole purpose of this channel is to document my progress as I go from 283 pounds to 150 pounds. The catalyst for this entire channel, for documenting the whole process of me losing weight, is kind of getting frustrated with the stereotype of the sedentary author lifestyle of being overweight and no longer being my fit self, which at one point I was 150 pounds, but I gained it back to what I am now. I was at 300, but now I'm at 283. Now, being an author is probably the reason why I'm able to go through this and why I'm confident that this time I will succeed, because of the fact that each and every week for the past couple of years, I've had to release content for readers to read. On every Friday, readers will be certain that I'll have a chapter waiting for them at the same time. Now, losing weight, or specifically losing fat, because I think when someone says they're trying to lose weight, what they're talking about is not losing muscle, but instead of losing fat. And so, being a web novel author and the process of losing weight is understanding that things take time, that you're not going to suddenly just go from where you are to where you want to be overnight or in a short time frame, outside of surgical procedures like liposuction or something. Inside of the typical weight loss experience is very similar to being a web novel author, of making sure that content is available on a set time, making sure that your readers have something enjoyable to read, and that you have things planned out for far into the future. And so weight loss is very similar. I've had to think about what I am now, my weight, what I want to be. How am I going to take small baby steps to reach my goal and not just one giant step? So things I thought about was diet, obviously, but even before that, I just changed the fact of, instead of drinking soda, I just drink water. And so drinking water has drastically changed how I kind of view the entire process. That if I could switch from drinking soda, which I really enjoyed drinking soda, and Monster energy drinks and several other stuff that's probably not even good for me, like the higher end, like root beer, or ginger beer, or aloe drinks that can be found at your local Korean market. Those are all things that have lots of sugar, lots of carbs, and definitely what can help to contribute to who I am right now. So that was, once I understood that small process could be achieved, then it's just thinking about just starting the entire process. So once I had that moment, that aha moment, that a lot of the things that was contributing to my weight loss, to my weight gain, I should say, were just excuses, once I understood that, then all I need to do was figure out what can I do to change that behavior. So the things I started doing was cutting my calories, but I then realized that just cutting calories is probably not good because at some point I could be messing up my metabolism. So I might start off strong, but then it could slow down later on on my journey. So how do I maintain my metabolism? Well, from the last time I was 150, I remember that muscles help contribute to maintaining high levels of um, high metabolism level. And so I started going to the gym. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, I'll alternate between a upper body and lower body, and just go through the process of just repeating that, where I'm doing enough reps, enough like 12 to 15 reps, and then 3 sets, and just increasing weights over time. And then when I get home, I'll just have one meal. And that one meal will be really structured, and there's going to be some main animal protein, like a steak or chicken, and then lots of vegetables. So some vegetables are green lettuce leaf, green peppers, bell peppers, mushrooms, and cucumbers, and other things I can kind of find at the market that I feel I should be incorporating into my diet anyways for getting those valuable micronutrients. And then also enough fruits such as blackberries, bananas, strawberries, pineapple, apple, and grapes. But not too much where I'm kind of getting filled up on the sugar that's inside of a lot of sugar inside of fruits. And so the process is I cook the protein, I slice up the vegetables, wash the fruits and the vegetables, and then dish them out into different plates. Very similar to what if you ever been to a Korean barbecue where there's a lot of the different side dishes that are made available. Um, those that's the kind of situation I'm dealing with. So I'll have a lot of the vegetables. I have the green lettuce leaf. I'll have my protein. I'll dip my protein inside a little bit of sesame oil that has salt and pepper mixed in, and then put inside of the green lettuce leaf. Add some samjang, which is tenjang, and some other, I think like gochujang and red pepper paste or whatever. So tenjang is a fermented soybean paste, and red pepper paste mixed together a bunch of other things is samjang. And then I add it to my leaf lettuce, wrap it up with the meat and all the vegetables I've added to it. Eat that. I just keep on eating that. And then once I get full, or just before I get full, I'll stop. Whatever's left over, I'll put away, and then I'll have that the next day. And I'll get ready for work, get to work, and when I'm at work, I'm also trying to drink a lot of water too. And so I'm aiming for above 60 fluid ounces, which if you want to figure out how many cups that is, you just take whatever number, like whatever the fluid ounces, divide that by 8, and that'll give you how many cups, which is a pretty easy math equation you can deal with if you ever kind of wonder. So a 16-ounce water bottle will be 2 cups. And so once I drink enough water and I need to go use the restroom, which is the inevitable conclusion of drinking water, instead of just going to the easier restroom, I'll actually go up high as I can to the highest floor of where I work, and then use the restroom there. It doesn't take long. It's like an extra 5 minutes. And at my workplace, it's okay to, if you need to just walk or use the restroom, um, it's a pretty easy process. So I'll just go up the flights upstairs and then come down and then get back to work. And then I'll probably do that like 3 or 4 times. I think the most is like 5 times I've done it, which that gets on the fifth time I'm going up to the restroom. That's a really tiring process. My legs are burning. I'm huffing, and I think like I'm tired, but at the same time I'm thinking that I'm burning calories. So I feel a lot better about the process. So I hate it and I love it at the same time. And then when I get home, I generally go straight to sleep, or if I need to type out some chapters to be posted on my website, I'll go and do that. And so I'm currently trying to balance not only weight loss, but my part-time job, any other jobs I'm able to pick up, um, writing, being a writer, and also being a YouTuber, um, not just for this channel, but for my other channel, Creation Web Novel Studio. I'm hoping, currently my web novel is in its second edition, so I've gone through and edited all of the first book, which is about over 200,000 words. It's a pretty long book, and I try to just edit, flesh out the story, make the characters more relatable, and also get rid of a lot of the dialogue tags like said, rebuked, answered, retorted, screamed, yelled, all that stuff, and try to add in things that kind of give more life to the characters and make you be able to dive into the story a lot easier. Which, if I compare, now this is also another thing that I value, and kind of like why I think it's very similar to the weight loss journey. So currently me now as a web novel author and versus when I started is almost night and day. I've gone back and I've read some of my first chapters of this series, Creation Web Novel Studio, Creation the Path of a God, is so different from where I am now. I've developed skills, I've developed better habits, I've developed a more mature writing style, and I think that's just like the whole process of losing weight. And so currently at the moment, the things I'm doing are very amateurish, very simple, kind of childish in terms of compared to fitness professionals who are who have done it for years, if not decades. So there's a element of immaturity to my process of losing weight compared to the maturity of those people. That's why I've been trying to stick to a very simple process that I can kind of stick with, of having one meal a day, going to work, coming back home, doing work for my book or going to sleep, waking up, going to the gym, and after coming back home from the gym, eating my meal. So like I've been fasting. That's like somewhere around 18 to 23 hours of not eating. And so I've been having significant success with doing that. I've been losing pounds. I haven't been losing muscle because I've been increasing my weights. And like not just like small repetition when I'm doing my sets of like just 3 to 6 repetitions, but sometimes even like 12 to 15. I'm still increasing how many pounds I'm working out with. And that's letting me know that I'm maintaining my lean muscle mass while burning through fat. So my waistline is slowly getting smaller. I get tape and I measure around my waist, and those inches have been being cut off, um, been decreasing. I was like a 54-inch waist, and now I'm about a 48-inch waist. And I was 300, and now I'm like 183. It's like 182 point something. So I'm starting to think that maybe I should. It'd be interesting to kind of have like a graph that could have like on the screen right over here or right over there, where I'm like listing out the Excel graph of how each day what my weight is, and then what my waistline is, um, how many inches my waistline is, and then kind of giving you a graph to see my progression day after day after day after day. So kind of similar to a stock market where it's going to be going downwards, hopefully downwards and not upwards. I'm going for bearish, not bullish. But also, what to keep in mind while losing weight is about keeping stress levels low and not worrying about things and being accepting of the fact that the process is going to be long and something that's not going to be just succeeded overnight. And so that's where thoughts of the things I think about of being a web novel author, like wanting to push out more content for my website. While I've been pretty regular with this other website of pushing out content every Friday, my website has been slowing down in a number of chapters I've been pushing out, and then number of articles for writers I've been pushing out, which kind of weighs on me a little bit. And those are things that instead of stressing about, I should be figuring out ways to overcome and finding the time. And so the best way to not stress about something is to answer it or deal with it or figure out if you have any control over it. So if I have no control over this stuff, then there's no reason to stress about it. But if I can do something about it, then I can go about and tackling it in a way that makes sense. And so those are kind of things that I'll be thinking about and what this whole channel is going to be. So like I said, the videos are probably going to be around Saturday and Sunday when I have the most time. Where I'll update you on the prior week, have some kind of graphic with some graph or charts that show how I'm doing on the progress. And then in the comments below, maybe reading some of the comments about what other people's experience has been like, and my thoughts, and like how it relates to me, kind of. I'm not a professional person when it comes to nutrition or working out. I'm a complete amateur. I have no schooling in this matter, outside my own like research and limited experience in it from having been at 150 at one point. But it'd be interesting to see how other people, especially authors and writers, or artists or people in the arts, how they tackle weight loss. And so I think that's going to be a while. For my own other YouTube channel, comments is not something that like comes immediately. So it's just going to be taking some time. So the best thing that you could do is, if you're watching this video, just leave a comment, just what your thoughts are. My system is pretty low tech, so I'm just using my laptop's camera. I'm just using a Yeti microphone, Blue Yeti, and I just want to kind of just document this process. I'm kind of hoping maybe at the end of this I can create some kind of time lapse where you see I just want to set up same environment and then kind of take a snapshot of each video and kind of see how I progress. And so there's definitely going to be some changes to my face, to my shoulders, to my arms, to my chest, to my belly, to my legs, and a lot of stuff you guys will be able to see as months are passing, not weeks. Definitely, the changes are not going to be detectable in weeks, but it will be months. Maybe like several months. It could be even half a year before you see like significant changes. But I'll let you guys know if I'm hitting the 2 pounds a week mark that I'm trying to aim for, and then data on how my waistline is doing. Maybe I'll even get one of those gripping machine things to test my grip strength, and then maybe calipers to see like how my body composition is, how much fat is on my body versus muscle. This is why, since I'm new to this format of YouTube, I would greatly appreciate thoughts and comments about how I can improve. If there's something that you guys would like to see more of, I don't plan on like taking pictures of doing the whole thing where I wake up in the morning, I'm having the camera in my face and like you kind of like follow me through the day. But yeah, if like maybe if people are vocal about it, I might consider it. But for now, I'm kind of thinking of this up is where I'm comfortable at and what I kind of feel like is a good point, because this is not so much as a typical YouTube channel. It's just purely a documentary for myself and any other stakeholders in my life. And so yeah, look forward to, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and click all notifications so that you get notified on the next video that I release. Make sure to leave a comment below and feel free to share this video, especially if you have friends who are also on the fence or contemplating or on the journey of losing weight, just so, I don't know, maybe it might help them not feel alone in the whole process. I myself, the reason why I'm able to do this is because of just the discipline that I've developed as a web novel author. And I feel like I'm just going to try channeling that in my weight loss journey. And so if you, I'll also leave somewhere on the screen, I'll have where you can, the URL for my website, and I'll also have a link in the description below. Go check out my web novel series if you like, and that might help to give you a better sense of my mental, like what kind of person I'm like, how I kind of like see the world and how I interpret it, and give more context as to like how I'm able to do this and why I don't feel overly worried, but at the same time it's more of an acknowledgement that this is not going to be an easy process. It's going to be a long, drawn out process. So like I said, leave a comment what you think about this, and see you on the next video. Bye.